snug as a hug. In plush baby grows for $59.99. Take 2 and save 20. Get plush hoodies for babies $59.99. And for kids, $9. Why pay more? Get loads more in store this winter. Life's better with Pep.
Welcome to This is Namibia, a brand new show by Travel News Namibia and Venture Media. We'll be taking you across spectacular Namibia, explore stunning destinations, meet interesting people, learn about Namibia's conservation success stories, and discover more about this enigmatic land. The vast, rugged and stunningly beautiful Damaraland region of northwestern Namibia plays host to an epic adventure each year. Across the rolling hills, rocky terrain and nearly impossible to navigate landscapes, 20 mountain bike and conservation enthusiasts get the opportunity to immerse themselves in the wilderness. This year celebrated the 6th R&B Ride for Rhinos, an initiative of Venture Media supported by R&B Namibia that aims at not only raising funds but also increasing awareness for combating black rhino poaching in Namibia's isolated northwest.
Fast break, boys. Fast break. It's the first round. Let's go and have fun.
The tour's aim is to assist the non-profit organization Save the Rhino Trust in their constant monitoring and anti-poaching activities in the area. By experiencing the tough terrain from the seats of their bicycles, riders are given a small glimpse into the difficulty that SRT trackers and community rhino rangers have in patrolling this rugged area. Except they have to do it on foot without the luxury of support vehicles and across many kilometers at a time. This year's route, although spectacularly scenic, was both technically and physically challenging. Rocky tracks, steep climbs, loose gravel plains, and sandy riverbeds. Riders covered over 115 kilometers over 3 days, climbing around 1,800 meters in total. Although the route was demanding in certain parts, riders were richly rewarded by the breathtaking landscape of the Huap Valley. From the ancient basalts of Etendeka Plateau to crossing the Huap and Upper Huap River several times, the dramatic vistas were ever-changing and always striking. The highlight was to have a herd of 7 elephants cross in front of the riders on the second day. Later that same day, SRT's trackers took the group on a rhino tracking excursion where they were privileged to view a lonely rhino bull in his natural habitat, undisturbed by the outside world. As always, wilderness safaris provided guides, routes, vehicles, as well as lodging in their charming Damaraland camp overlooking the Huap Valley. And not to forget the wonderful staff that assisted to give the riders a most pleasant stay. Longtime supporters of SRT and bicycle specialists, SIMOT provided excellent technical support to cyclists pre, during and post rides. The RMB Ride for Rhinos isn't all time spent in the saddle though. It's about the experience of sharing the stunning surrounds, sundowners and nights by the fire with new and old friends, talking about conservation, a mutual love of Namibia, and what we can do to support both.
So this is my vibe.
My name is Anna Vambe.
Hi, my name is Gerald Dreyer. My name is Ananias Ipinje.
My name is Imle Yambo.
And I'm the GIZ project manager for Strict, funded by the German government. Our project partners are the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade, the City of Windhoek, and also the Ministry of Higher Education, Innovation and Training.
Startup Namibia is an entire vibe. If you know what startups are quick, they are fast, they are energetic. So that's exactly what Startup Namibia is, and that's who we are at Startup Namibia.
Startup Namibia in a nutshell is essentially a one-stop shop for startups. We want to assist them and provide them with all the tools, resources and networks necessary for their formalization and growth.
We want Namibia to become the launch pad for startup in the region. In Startup Namibia, we have two big components. One of them is Basecamp, which is our startup incubator,
which helps startups come together and have a place where they can work and have a private office space where they can have meetings and such and help grow their businesses.
At Basecamp, we have a co-working space, so if you are a startup looking for flexible office space with meeting rooms and a receptionist and printers and good fast internet, you are really welcome to inquire about our packages and come work with us from here. Our second big component of Startup Namibia is our digital center, where we have a strong focus on digitalization and digital entrepreneurship specifically, which means we're all about supporting tech and IT startups or digitally enabled startups.
We do this through a variety of ways via our incubation and accelerator programs. We also have a regional component, so we have selected regions in Namibia where we also take our programs and initiatives to. And essentially it's just to grow the startup ecosystem.
We also have a seed fund here at Basecamp, and the most successful startups in our programs have access to funding of up to 100,000 NAM dollars through our seed fund.
Being in this environment and in this ecosystem, you start to really see the benefits and the difference that startups make.
The startup ecosystem for any developing economy is so important.
SMEs are the foundation of an economy, and Namibia is no different.
It develops a culture of entrepreneurship. It creates this culture of people collaborating and working together.
It's essentially also developing the country.
We do a lot of collaboration with other institutions. So we do startup exchanges with other countries. We really want to expose our startups to the industry, to private sector companies, but also to other ecosystem players like other hubs in other countries.
I see Startup Namibia being really the pivotal and this big organization and support structure for startups, but at the same time also growing collaboratively with other ecosystem partners and providers, because it's a collaborative effort and it's not so much about competition, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to help the startups to grow, and together I think we can do a much better job of that as opposed to competing.
Our big objective at Startup Namibia is to make it easier for startups to thrive and grow, but also to have more startups, especially digital and digitally enabled startups, because with Industry 4.0 and where the world is going, this is really what we need.
The dreams that people have to go out and really be true entrepreneurs for themselves, for the Namibian economy. People with ideas, truly all they need, and what I've seen in the programs that I've had, is courage and time. And when you have the courage, you can be bold, you can tackle anything, you'll be self-driven, and you almost won't be scared to approach anything. And I think that is a challenge with Namibian entrepreneurs. They don't know where to go, how to go. May I knock on this door? May I send this email? So still very polite, but the startup ecosystem is almost like you have to be a bulldozer to get things done. For someone like that who has an idea and wants to be an entrepreneur, just needs to reach out to that one person and package their message so well that when they go to that person, that assistant, whether it's a business coach or a mentor, they know exactly what they are asking for.
Just go for it. You know, if you're not comfortable enough, we also support those with just ideas, you know, to get that confidence, you know, to really give you that little push and that assistance and that confidence even to just take that step and register your business and just start doing it.
My name is Netumbo Nashandi, and I'm the chairperson at the Federation of Namibian Tourism Associations, which is also called FENATA. FENATA is the umbrella body for all the tourism associations that are operational in Namibia. It's a voluntary association, so all memberships are voluntary based. Our members include the likes of ITEA, which stands for the Emerging Tourism Enterprises Association, which is where I come from. And then we've got TASA, which is the Tour Operators Association. And then we have TAN, which is the Tour Guides Association. We've got ANTA, which is the Association of Namibian Travel Agents. And then we've got NAFA, which is the Namibian Professional Hunters Association. And then we have CARAN, which is a Car Rental Association of Namibia. And we have HAN, the Hospitality Association of Namibia. And if I've left any out, in total we have 11 associations, and we're busy setting up our online presence and stuff so that you will be able to look us up quicker and reach us quicker and know exactly who is part of the new FENATA board. My tourism journey for the industry, I suppose, began when I was at Namibia Wildlife Resorts. As a senior sales consultant, I worked a lot with the European market because I speak several non-African languages. I speak English, French, Ndebele, Oshindonga, ein bisschen Deutsch, a bit of Russian and a bit of Finnish. Yeah, So tourism has been a natural fit for me because I also love traveling a lot. I grew up in lots of different places, so I love interacting with people of different cultures, and I'm passionate about promoting intra-Africa travel and tourism and travel in general. So I got to FENATA through my affiliation with the Emerging Tourism Enterprises Association. I attended the AGM on the 23rd, and my name was put to the front, and I was like, what is going on? And here we are. Well, everybody in the sector is feeling devastated. That's one, because of the corona pandemic, and everybody's livelihoods have been affected. And then we have some of us that are very optimistic that, you know, corona happened for a reason. We need to learn how to do business differently, interact with each other differently, and so forth. And then we have some of us that are not very patient and very frustrated and agitated and so forth. These are all valid extremes to be at, for lack of a better word. The challenge that we're facing in Namibia right now is the lack of clarity on how our potential guests can come back to Namibia. And from FENATA, we've been engaging with government actively. We've sent through points for clarification after consulting with the industry at large. We're just waiting for government to revert back to us. Yesterday we got some good news regarding our land ports of entry. We were told Ariamsplay, Katima Mulilo, Noordhoven and Walvis Bay are open, and this is some good news. So one step at a time. It's mind eroding sometimes, waiting for feedback, but we have to hold hands, manage each other's emotions somehow, because we're all at the, you know, it's like pulling teeth, lots of gray hairs in between, frustrations and stuff. So we really have to find the best versions of ourselves during this time so that we can win as Destination Namibia. My hope for the future of Namibian tourism is that everybody in Namibia feels that they can have a seat at the tourism table. Can't expect to all get along in one day, but because our objective is to get Destination Namibia back on track, because Namibia feeds our souls, and it feeds. That's why we're in tourism, because of the beautiful experiences and memories we get to create within our Namibian tourism space. And the best way we can get to that is to remain resilient and open to each other's differences, but holding hands with the thought of getting Destination Namibia back on track.
Hi, my name is Mario. I'm the head of Simon Cycle Department, and today's product of the week is our new range of e-bikes. These are the Scott E-Strike, which is one of our newest models that we've just brought in to get the 2020 range off the ground a little bit. Currently we have two models on the floor. This is the Contessa, which is the ladies model, and then your E-Strike 930, which is the men's model, more of the range. This comes with the Bosch CX motor, which is the top of the range at the moment from the Bosch line. Comes with a 625 amp hour battery, which is installed in the frame directly, so you can't see it. Makes it nice and sleek and everything. Comes with a 1x12 drivetrain. It is a 85 Newton meter torque at the moment. Busy updating that again as well, so we should be getting some more power in the near future again as well. Comes with the nice 29er tires at a 2.6 width which also gives you nice grip, especially on our terrain, loose terrain up here. The big thing that we do have with these bikes as well is it comes with the lockout system, so you can lock out your suspension all the way from climb, traction and control, which is really nice to use in our trails, especially if you're going or if you're doing the dash, for example, where you can lock it out and have a hardtail retreat. Comes with 5 modes: off, eco mode, tour mode, EMTB and turbo. The nice thing, what it also adds to the whole thing, is what they call walk mode, which if you're going up the hill and stuff, you don't need to drag the 23 kilos up the hill. You press it, press the button and the motor will push the bike for you. This bike is perfect for all your older generation. Because of the motor, you can still go up the hill, easily enjoy the ride and stuff. So the Contessa is aimed at the lady who wants to go out and enjoy all the joys of mountain biking and the fun of it without all the effort. The E-Strike and the Contessa E-Strike e-bikes.
I know the truth about one man who was persecuted, crucified, hung on the cross for 6 hours, and he was buried and rose from the dead on the third day. Let me introduce you to him.
I know the truth that can free you today. One man